welcome back to another video. It is Sunday afternoon, it's just gone 1, in very good time today, although my plan was actually to be out here at like 10 a.m. and train really early. That didn't happen, obviously, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a little bit tired, I'm not gonna lie. So originally my plan was gonna be to get up about 8 o'clock, feed Zuko, our dog, his breakfast, have my breakfast, kind of shower, get ready, and then kind of have a little bit of pre-workout snack and then come train and be in here for about 10-ish. But I was really tired when I woke up. So I got back into bed for like an hour and got up at 9. And then I was like, actually, do you know what? I got up and had my pre-workout, like my main high carb meal, had my shower and stuff as well before that. And then I was like, oh, well, while that digests, I'll just do some replies on my computer, because usually Sundays I get all my work done before I train, which is why I normally train really late. But I was like, no, today I'm gonna do it in a different order because I've got some other stuff I want to get done this afternoon as well. But I ended up getting stuck at my desk. I say stuck at my desk, basically because on a Sunday, most of my clients are kind of like on their phone or easier to kind of have like an actual back and forth conversation with over WhatsApp. I ended up just kind of getting lost in conversations. And then before I knew it, it had been like hours of me being at my desk. And I was like, okay, maybe I should probably go train because I have actually had my main pre-workout meal. And I don't want to have obviously like an extra meal and stuff and push it back even further. So I'm finally out here to train, but I'm feeling really good. Still got some more work and stuff to get done later, but nothing kind of crazy. And I've made like my to-do list and stuff for the next day as well, which is something I always do on a Sunday. I get everything ready that I need to, and like write my to-do list for a Monday. So that's all done as well, which is nice. And yeah, it's been actually a really productive morning so far. Body weight is so low. I was 85.4 today. I've been in the 85s literally, other than Tuesday when I ate loads of chocolate Monday. I've been in the 85s literally every day this week, which is unbelievable. Like I've not been this light in so long. And we actually put my food up. So the original plan for my calories this week was to just put my food up slightly. And on my heavier training days, 2,400 calories, where before that was 2,200. But then the other 5 days a week have 2,200, where before it was 2,000. I've actually ended up going like 2,400 every day. Kind of unintentionally, but also with me just being a little bit like lax with my tracking, or not lax, like I've still tracked everything and monitored everything, but I've just not been super harsh on myself in terms of hitting my specific goals, like 100%, which I've already spoken to my nutrition coach about in previous check-ins and stuff. And I actually feel like I've got a really good balance right now with, normally when I have like set macro targets, I'm so like anal about hitting them perfectly. Whereas at the moment, I don't feel that way. I'm still hitting what I need to. I'm still fueling my training as well as I possibly can. And training days, generally things are like to a T how they need to be. And I'm still doing what I need to be doing. It's just not this specific macro targets every single day. And I feel like I've got a really good balance and I'm actually feeling really good with my nutrition. And as a result, my weight is so low. I was 85.4 again today, which is exactly the same as I was last Sunday. So I've maintained perfectly, even with an additional roughly 400 calories a day. So no complaints from me, where we need to be. And also I'm thinking to myself, when I gut cut previously for British Bench, I think my body weight was about 85.7 and I was on like 1,700 calories and my gut cut still got me down to like 84, mid 84s, and I just spat the rest of the way. Well, there's actually like 700 calories that I'm having, the extra food volume in my stomach. That gut cut is going to be even more effective. I might end up literally waking up where I need to be. Like obviously I can still spit off what I need to if I am over, but very good position to be in. And I feel like I'm eating a good amount of food as well. Like obviously don't get me wrong, I have a big appetite. I could easily eat more, but I don't feel like I need to be eating more. And I think that's a really nice position as well. And I feel like I can still fit in things that I really enjoy. And I'm just feeling happy in terms of nutrition, of where we're at. Like I'm really glad I made the call at the start of the year to just kind of go all in on the deficit, just get it out of the way. And now it's like building up my maintenance. And this is the most food I've ever consumed at this body weight. Like I've not sat at this body weight for more than like 1 or 2 days in years. Like the only time I ever sit in the mid 85s is when I'm about to cut into comp / already started my gut cut into comp. So very, very happy with that. In terms of training, it is my first primary SBD of the block. Can't get my words out. First primary SBD of the block. I am like 6 weeks out this weekend, I think. I literally have no idea. I'm just cruising at this point. But it's week 1 of the block, so there's nothing heavy. I've got set loads on squats and deadlifts, and then bench, I've got an RPE 7 single. But on squats, we've got a top single with an RPE cap of 6 and a target load of 165. I can make 165 move at less than a 6. So that's kind of how I view that. That to me is a challenge to make that move at less than a 6, which shouldn't be a problem. I've then got an RP 6 triple, which I'm hoping to do about 155 for if I feel good. Maybe 150 to 155 and we'll see from there. And then I've got 2x5 at a set percentage drop that will be pretty light, so that should be fine. bench top single at an RP7, 1x4 at an RP7, and then 2x4 at 90 kilos. So again, pretty quick, pretty easy, nothing too drastic. And then sumo deadlift, I've got ascending sets. I've got a triple at 120, a triple at 135, a double at 145, and then I've got 2 singles between 150 and 155, RP cap of 6. So obviously I'm going to load 155 and make that move well. Sumo felt really good the other day when I did some reset reps and stuff, and I think I'm going to do my rep work as resets as well today because that just felt a lot better. Then I've also just got my rehab stuff to fit in as well. So the session itself is pretty light, so it shouldn't take me too long, but I've got plenty of time because it's literally 1 o'clock and I've got so much time left in the day. So that's also really good. Had a bit of a stressful few days. I say stressful, it wasn't even stressful. My mood just plummeted this week. And I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, partly the weather got a lot worse here, to be fair. But I've noticed like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, my mood was just not good and I was quite cranky. So Saturday, yesterday, I had like a major reset morning. Like I got up in fairly good time yesterday because Saturdays and Sundays I normally have a massive lay-in. Got up in reasonable time and I just did like a deep clean of so many different parts of the house that like we just haven't really touched for a while. And that definitely helped my mood. And I ended up sorting out like the drawer in our bed and everything that just had loads of random stuff in. I fit loads of more stuff in there that I needed to put away. I found homes for different things around the house that have just been kind of laying about for a while. And I think I just like, I'm someone, as soon as the house is cluttered, my mind is cluttered. Like I need a clean, empty house in order to feel relaxed and calm in myself. Like I cannot relax if there's even like a sign of dust in my house, which isn't good because I'm not very on it when it comes to cleaning. And I also refuse to pay someone to come and clean my house because I just feel like I shouldn't do it myself. But I noticed this week, like I think that's part of what contributed to my mood. That's definitely not all of it. And there's stuff that I can't really talk about too much in detail at the moment that was definitely impacting my mood as well. But I will say after yesterday having a bit of a reset day, I also did like 13,000 steps yesterday. Went on 3 dog walks, which is pretty normal for me, but 2 of them were longer than like we would normally do. And then just went a quick last minute like loop in the evening as well. That combined with the steps around the house with cleaning and stuff, I ended up on like 13,000 steps yesterday, which, very good news, my hamstring feels fine, like really good, but my left hip doesn't feel so good. I noticed it before we went on the last walk yesterday, like my left hip was just not feeling super happy. And it doesn't today either, but I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. Like I'm not worried. I'm just gonna kind of see how it feels as I'm training. But I think once I get started and get moving and stuff, it will be fine. My main thing though is my hamstring issue feels literally fine, like absolutely fine. I can barely even acknowledge that it's there. I'm sure when I start training, I'll start to feel it a little bit, but this is massive progress to even be in a position where I'm like unaware of it most of the time. Like yesterday with my walks, by the end of the second long walk, I kind of noticed it slightly, but barely at all. Like it's not something that if I didn't have a really bad issue with it a couple of months ago or previously, I probably wouldn't have even registered that it was happening. Like that's how minimal the pain was. So I think we're onto a winner with the hamstring as well. And then that also means because bench wells is coming up, which is obviously not super, I mean, to be fair, for an international, bench wells is pretty cheap, but it's obviously not super cheap. And I mentioned in previous videos when I said about my plans for this year that I'm definitely not doing Commonwealth because this year priority is paying to get stuff done around our house. Like we need a new kitchen, we need a new bathroom, we need new flooring through the entire house. Not doing that all in one go because I am not made of money. But they are like priorities for me. And I had to like buy a new car at the end of last year because my old car just completely broke and died. And like, that was also a massive expense I just didn't need. So priority this year is kind of work really hard, save money, and just kind of build that up. So I can't really prioritize internationals. So very happy about the hamstring issue feeling good because it basically means I may not have to spend any more money on physio because what I've been given is definitely working well and there's still a lot of scope for me to continue pushing them. And also, I think the next move will be slowly starting to reintroduce direct hamstring work because at the moment the only thing I've got in for my hamstrings is like an isometric glute bridge hold, like a single leg glute hold that is definitely working. It really fires up my hamstring. But like I would like to eventually be able to add in like an RDL again, a hamstring curl and stuff. And I think I'm near enough able to do that, which I'm not going to be doing until English is done anyway, because there's no point adding that stuff back in. As long as I'm getting some kind of hamstring work, which I have been, then that's fine. So basically thinking to myself, I can save a bit of money by not needing to pay for physio anymore. But the physio I work with was incredible and I will absolutely be using him for any future issues. And if I do need to go back to him for this hamstring issue, then I absolutely will. But yeah, basically guys, things are good. Had a few rocky days this week, but things are good. I'm feeling good. I'm excited to train. My hips and back are a little bit stiff and tight, but that's not unusual. I haven't actually been for a walk yet today. My boyfriend did the dog walk this morning just because I want to just kind of get ahead and I was intending to be out here a lot earlier than I actually was. But that's fine. I'll get a lot of steps in this afternoon and stuff anyway. And usually when my back feels a bit like this, as soon as I start training, it kind of clears up anyway. So I'm not too concerned. I don't think there's anything else to really chat through. I am like, in the back of my mind, slightly stressed about the podcast just because April is really busy for me. I'm literally away 3 out of 4 weekends, starting next weekend. So I don't know that the podcast is going to be very consistent over the next month, but I did say when I restarted it that I'm not going to be uploading every single week, and I have been uploading every single week since the start of the year. Like unintentionally, I just end up getting a really good routine with it, and I don't want to lose that routine, and I would like to still upload weekly, but I did say all along that it might be every other week, it might be once a month. We'll just see how things fold. So I need to just remind myself that it's okay to miss a week. Like, it's really not a big deal at all, and it's only really, obviously, like, people listen to it regularly, and I get messages from people that listen to it every single week, but like, I'm not letting anyone down if I don't upload it. Like, it's just me in my mind. I'm like, oh no, I'm letting myself down. I need to be consistent. I need to show everyone that I'm really consistent. Like, someone said to me once that consistency is my superpower, and they are absolutely right. So the second I'm slacking on anything, I just feel really bad and like guilty for it, which is silly because it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, I've got other people booked in the future. I'm still booking people in the future. It's just a case of where schedules probably won't align over the next few weeks. And obviously my priority is my powerlifting clients and my nutrition clients and making sure that they've got everything they need. I've had loads of like inquiry calls, consultation calls, and like client calls and stuff for people that are competing over the next few weeks booked in. And so finding time to also book in a podcast is just not the easiest thing to do right now. And that's okay. It doesn't matter, but we'll see. Obviously I'm going to try, but I'm not holding myself to it, and I'm actually just letting myself relax on that front a little bit. But yeah, anyway, let's get this session underway.
I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me when. Damn, I'm a long way home at a split road. Gotta make a choice, do I sober up? Am I tryna keep it going to be continued, or am I tryna lose? Gonna keep moving now. I don't think I wanna leave at a tough week. Gotta realize this is what I need. Don't got the time to be counting sheep. It's too late, I'm in too deep. Don't wanna contemplate, overcomplicate.
Okay, so literally just finished squatting, and guys, I don't wanna jinx anything. I did not feel my hamstring issue, like, at all. Maybe like tiny bit on one of the reps, but like, it felt good. Squats felt good. The 165 single, there was like a weird shift on the descent, and I think my weight was just too heavy in my heels, so it wasn't the best rep I've ever done, but it was obviously super comfortable still. And I'm going back to doing my 15 kilo jumps into my top singles as well. Technically, I probably shouldn't have today because it was so light, I didn't really do many warm-ups, but it's fine. And I think that's gonna help me feel a lot more confident and strong on comp day and be able to take those bigger jumps on comp day, which is something I really want to challenge myself to do. But yeah, no, so my hip, that was quite painful anyway, didn't notice at all while I was squatting. I think that's one of the perks of being such a narrow squatter. I don't really notice that sort of thing when I'm squatting. But my hamstring issue, literally didn't notice it at all. It wasn't until after I did the 165 where I was like, very aware of the fact that normally I think I compensate a little bit for it, but this time I didn't have to, like, at all. And then I was like, oh my God, like, I've not actually noticed this at all. So I'm so relieved, because that was something that was really just bogging me down a lot lately. The fact that this week my steps have been way over 10,000, like, I think only 2 days this week I've gone below, but most days, also the wind on the shutter is really loud. Most days I've been significantly above 10,000 steps, and my hamstring issue is feeling good, really good. So I'm very, very happy with that. The 155 triple definitely made up for the terribly executed, but not great executed single. The 155 triple felt really good, definitely not even an RP6, so really happy with that. And then I just did 2x5 132 that I didn't film because it was super sub-max. And yeah, my hamstring feels good, really good. So I'm praying that it stays good, or like over the next few weeks. We obviously start to push the intensity and push the load up a bit more. But fingers crossed, we are finally getting to the point of being pain-free, because I think that will be exactly what I need to hopefully get my squat back to where it once was. I was watching old videos about it. I did a Q&A on Instagram a couple of days ago, and someone asked me what my favourite lift I've ever done was. And I was watching my old squats back, which I go back and watch them all the time anyway, and I really shouldn't, because it just makes me feel so sad that I'm not there right now. And I posted my 190 triple that I did, it was last March, so it's been literally a full year since I've hit a squat PB, and the 190 triple wasn't even like super hard. Like, obviously it was hard, and I can see like the big difference I think between that and what I'm doing now is like the effort I was putting in back then, in terms of like, I mentioned in the last video, like I felt so much more confident in my ability to just keep pushing and keep going, whereas now I think it's partly a mental barrier, but also I just think like I've not pushed my legs in that way in such a long time that like I really miss it. And that 190 triple was so good, and I'm just so sad that I've not been able to do that since, or hit a PB since. I hit 185 for 4 the block before as well, and like I really shouldn't have been able to do that block. Like that block, everything was just going so badly, and yet I still just rallied it together for that week 4, and like I just miss being able to do that, and I miss that feeling, and I need to get it back. I know what needs to be done to get it back, and it will come back. It's just a whole year without PBing my squat is one thing. I mean, I've PB'd my deadlift in comp in that time, and not my deadlift, definitely not PB'd my deadlift in comp. I've PB'd my bench in comp in that time, but I've not PB'd my deadlift or my squat. My deadlift's been a couple of years now, so I'm feeling very I've been feeling very down about that this week. That's one of the things that's been impacting my mood, to be fair, is just like the progress side of it. But I mean, I've still been turning up, and I know this work will all come together and equate to something huge eventually. It's just keep going. And yeah, I just, obviously in the future, we'll talk more about like plans to get it all back and stuff. But for now, it's just all eyes on English, get that kind of fire lit, put the work in, try as hard as I possibly can on everything, especially on comp day, like just keep going. And remember I can grind and just have that confidence in my lifts as well. But basically just want to hop on and say that squats are pain-free, which is the best thing that could have happened right now. Like I'm so happy about that. Hopefully it stays that way as we get onto deadlifts, but obviously I'll let you guys know when we get there.
And I made my choice, wanna see what's going on. I'll be there at the after party, show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the after party, show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Just tell me.
Okay, so very, very nearly just crashed out on bench. My 107.5 last warm-up that I didn't film on my camera, my butt was like marginally off the bench, and I was so annoyed, especially because I felt like it wasn't. So I watched it back and I was like, yeah, that's not okay, especially on a last warm-up. So I was then really in my head doing the single at 112, because I was like, yes, it will still be an RP7, but if my butt is not down, like that is not okay. Like, am I better off just doing the 107 again and making sure everything is obviously to standard? But I convinced myself to go up anyway. And I think one thing mentally that I'm a little bit struggling with bench, which is usually like my most confident lift, is obviously British bench did not go to plan. My butt was lifted on 2 of my 3 attempts. And since then, in training, butt lift hasn't really happened, but we've not gone heavy. The heaviest I've done is 112, which was last week, and I matched it again this week. So as it gets heavier, obviously the likeliness of it lifting is a bit higher, but the intensity on bench this block is reasonably high because it's just a short 3-week block. So I just need to really be on top of it basically. But I then did the 112 and it was actually lovely. Like I was so focused on tucking my butt down that I didn't even have time to think about pausing it, execution or anything. I was just focused on keeping my butt against the pad. And because of that, I actually did like a decent pause on it and it moved really well. So I'm actually super happy with how that ended up going. And I did 102.5 for 4, which the second round my butt lifted slightly, but I'll be totally honest, I could feel it happening. It was just me being a little bit lazy in terms of tucking my position in. And I think one thing for me is just because I'm not blessed with a big bum, okay? I don't carry my weight there. That, like, I'm sitting up, a couple of thoughts, brain is not getting things out. So I'm not blessed with a big bum. So I have to really tuck my back to really make sure my bum is firmly on that pad if I'm gonna have good leg drive. Like I just have to, it's a non-negotiable. And on rep work or anything like where I'm holding that position for quite a while, it can get uncomfortable. So I'm not too upset in terms of the rep work. Obviously my heaviest back off set, because usually with bench at the moment, it's single, heavier back off set, lighter rep work. On those heavier sets, I wanna try and make sure I'm really dialed in with it and focusing on it. On those lighter sets, it probably is going to stay on anyway. Like I did 2x4 at 90 and it was super easy. I didn't film it, but I'd be shocked if my butt came up just for the fact that it's so sub-max. But I'm going to give myself a bit more grace basically with that. The other thing I was going to say was the good thing about the fact, well, there is no good thing about the fact that I don't carry weight on my butt. Like I would much rather carry it there. The good thing though is that I am at weight. I'm not going to have to worry about my leverage is changing between now and competition because my body weight is not going to change. If anything, I'll probably gain a little bit. I'm not looking to lose any more weight, which means my body weight, my bum, everything like shouldn't change. My leverages shouldn't change from here on out. So if I can get it nailed in the next few weeks, I shouldn't have any problems. Is kind of my logic on that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna get ready to deadlift. I'm just gonna go check on the dog for a couple of minutes before I actually deadlift. But it feels really nice to be training at like a good time, and I've not got loads of work either. Like all my urgent stuff is done, so I think we're gonna have a really nice, relaxed Sunday, team. I also, random, I know I was gonna stop talking. I realised the other day that I'm not capable of relaxing. Like I'm not capable of just switching my brain off and fully relaxing. Like even when I'm in front of the TV, I'm either on my phone or on my laptop working, or planning stuff for work, or brainstorming ideas for clients and for work, and to like expand what I'm offering people. And like I'm constantly just, my brain is constantly go, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I think that gets quite a bad rep. Obviously it's important to relax, but you know, I'm trying to grow something incredible, so I'm allowed to be thinking about it all the time. But I do need to find a way to relax. So I bought some paint by numbers the other day. I did buy a really complex one to start with, so I don't know if it's actually going to be relaxing or if it's going to stress me out, because I'm also major perfectionist. I used to be quite creative and arty when I was like at school and college. Not so much with like drawing or anything, but like I always enjoyed painting. I always enjoyed like making things. Like I was very into textiles and stuff. So I was like, actually, this can be quite a creative project. And if they end up looking good, I can put them on the wall and also kind of decorate the house at the same time. So that's kind of going to be my new pastime, which I laid it all out yesterday, so I'm probably going to do some tonight if I get time and like switch off before bed. But I'm a little bit concerned that this new relaxing method is actually going to stress me out, because if I'm not good enough to do it nicely, it will just stress me out. But that was just a bit of a tangent. Anyway, I need to learn to relax. But firstly, I need to learn to deadlift. Looking forward to deadlifting though. Like I feel really good. Hamstring issue. I'm so happy that it's not really causing me any problems right now. Deadlift will definitely be the tell, but I've also got my rehab stuff to do after, which even if it feels a little bit flared up after deadlifts, the rehab stuff will help. So fingers crossed, all feels good. And we are on to a massive winner.
Ay, oh no, 머뭇거릴 시간 없어. 필수적인 this is my only answer. Yeah, my body keeps telling me go. Wanna be stacking towers from downtown. I'll be on a roll. 머릿속엔 it's a rush hour. This, that, overtime, champagne shower. Step back, skip lines, yeah, I'm never going cold. 어디 가야 해, 알려줘. Don't wanna contemplate, overcomplicate this. And I made my choice, wanna see what's going on.
Okay, so literally just finished deadlifting. Hamstring issue. I can feel a slight pain at the insertion point where the pain kind of originates from, but it's such an insignificant amount compared to normal. I am over the moon. Everything felt really good. Sumo felt great. I think doing reset reps is literally the thing that's been missing, so I'm just gonna keep doing those on all of these days. Even though today wasn't programmed as reset reps, I just think it's gonna really help, especially as things get heavier and I have to hold my position off the floor a lot more. My hips aren't doing that weird shift at the beginning anymore. Everything's looking good. My 2 singles at 155, I did do kind of just like as a reset. I literally did like almost like a cluster, I guess. I paced for like 20, 30 seconds, then just went again because it was just so sub-max. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Very happy to be feeling healthy. And even in myself, to be honest, like I said all along when it came to my body weight this year that I wanted to sit lighter from like a health perspective. And I do think sitting around the 85s is exactly where I need to be in order to just feel the best in myself generally. Like not from like a body image perspective, but from a health perspective. I definitely feel the healthiest when I'm around 85 to 86 kilos. So I'm really happy where I'm sitting, and the amount I'm eating to be able to maintain this as well. Like it just fills me with a lot of confidence going forwards. And like, yeah, if I can get used to my leverages at this body weight, I think we're on for a winner. Sumo felt great. I will say my nails are back long enough to having like an almond shape, and I did notice it getting caught on my leg, but I have made an executive decision, which most of my audience is actually men now, so this is just probably going to be boring for a lot of you, but I'm going to have my right hand really short and my left hand long. It's taken me since British to get my left hand to actually grow, because this is the hand that like when I'm stressed, I put in my mouth. Like I used to be a really bad nail biter, and basically this hand just they don't last because they're either in my mouth or like, I don't know if I maybe just type more aggressively with my left hand, but these ones always chip. And I've finally got them back to a good length after months. So I basically decided, because that is the side that's underhand, so my nails don't get caught on my leg, I'm gonna keep my left hand long. I'm gonna have a short nails on my right hand, and it's gonna look weird, but I don't care. But that is the only thing I know today for sumo, to be fair, that I need to just be cautious of. But my next appointment is literally 2 weeks away. So I decided to keep them fairly long from this one, just because in time for week 3, they'll be short again. So it doesn't really matter. That is very important information that you all need to know, by the way. No, I'm feeling really good. I'm like, my mood is really high right now. My mood has been so up and down lately, I swear. It's like a theme of like 2 videos, I'm super happy. Wednesday video, crumble. Sunday, Monday, or Sunday, Tuesday training, super happy. Like, not good. It's fine. But yeah, really happy with that session. Pain levels, especially because I didn't do my rehab on Friday either, because I was like, I don't think I spoke about this, but like Friday was the day my mood was definitely at its worst and I was at my lowest. And I didn't feel very well for it. I kept going lightheaded and like felt really out of breath a lot on Friday as well. Like I got back from a dog walk and it was literally like a 25-minute walk in the end because I just couldn't really catch my breath. And then I just came in and like everything just like I felt really heavy in my chest and it was really odd. So I allowed myself to just do my upper movements and like my actual programmed stuff and not my rehab, because the rehab stuff I've been prescribed to do 2 to 3 times a week. And I've just been doing it 3 times just because it fits in nicely with my schedule. But yeah, I gave myself grace on Friday and actually it feels really good today. So I wonder if that little bit of extra rest and actually 2 days a week will probably be better for it. But I'm very happy with where we're at. Very happy with where we're at. Strength wise, I felt good. I will wear my white rigs for this session going forwards, but no one else is home today and I didn't want to get stuck in them. I think I'm much better at staying forwards on my quads in them. I was very aware today of how big my black ones are. Like they felt huge. They kept slipping down, which doesn't usually happen. Like I literally only wore them on Wednesday and they felt fine. So I don't know what was going on there. Maybe I've just lost even more weight from my lower body, which would be not that surprising actually. But yeah, I'm gonna wear my white rigs for this session because I think I stay on my quads better in them. Need to decide what singlet I'm going to wear for comp as well, which is still ages away, so I don't actually need to decide that yet. My green SVD one I love, but it is too small, although to be fair, I haven't worn it since I've been sitting this light, so maybe I need to give it another go. I don't know, this is really not interesting. Anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up here. Thank you very much if you made it to the end. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in a few days for the next one.
Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be